Chapter 1354. Colton and the others could barely keep up with Wilbur not long into the battle and began to grow shocked and impatient. Colton let out a low growl, retreating about 10 meters away from the battle. The weapon in his grasp disappeared, and he began forming strange gestures with his hands while muttering something indecipherable. The other two elders were still caught up with Wilbur, who eyed Colton coldly as he took on the battle. A dimensional door standing meters tall appeared next to him. Just as the dimensional door opened, countless terrifying insects surged out of it. They let out strange hisses and growls, fighting to pounce on Wilbur. Wilbur's expression darkened. These insects looked like the average mantis, but they were as tall as human beings. They sported brown outer shells all over, covered with runes. Two gigantic front limbs burned brightly, akin to razor-sharp sides. There was also a needle-like mouth on the top of their flat heads. Wilbur let out a loud cry, sending Angela and Baru backward with his swords and casting a spell with a single hand. Boulder Dragon Bomb. As Wilbur cried out, a dragon's head rose up from the ground in front of him. It opened its mouth, spitting out basketball-sized boulder dragon bombs at the incoming insects. As the rumbles rang through the air, the boulder dragon bombs exploded the insects to smithereens one by one. Yet there seemed to be an endless number of these insects coming from the dimensional door, pouncing on Wilbur as they landed. At the same time, Angela and Baru had also retreated behind Colton. A large amount of spiritual energy surged out of Angela and Baru to enter Colton. The dimensional door shone brilliantly, echoing with blood-curdling screams. Wilbur continued casting the boulder dragon bomb while observing the dimensional door calmly. The door was about 3 meters tall and 2 meters wide. It was surrounded by a gray door frame forged out of spiritual energy. Upon taking a closer look, the doorframe was actually entirely made of runes as it burned with eerie gray spiritual flames. Beyond the door was an endless void, which was where the insects were coming out of. Wilbur eyed it coldly. The three elders seemed to be using their spells in a way that people on this planet seemed hardly capable of. These spells were more like summoning, used to transport these creatures that were probably from another world. It was unclear how much damage these creatures could do, but they had a frightfully strong will to live. The boulder dragon bombs forged out of Wilbur's spiritual energy continued to shoot at the insects. Yet even after their limbs were torn apart and lying on the ground, they continued crawling toward Wilbur as if trying to attack him, and they were getting closer and closer. Just then, Colton let out a terrifying laugh. These are the children of the Great Will, the endlessly powerful mantis warriors. Any and all living creatures shall be defeated by them. Just you wait. Spiritual energy surged out of Wilbur's body as he eyed the creatures coldly. The mantis warriors were emotionless bodies and flesh. All they had was their immense spiritual energy, which made them the perfect killing machines. Most elites, even if they were of sanctuary level, would only end up being drained of all their power by these insects before being devoured by them. But this was Wilbur Penn, and he had the dragon's altar on his side. Indeed, he was no average fighter. Super Dragon Boulder Bomb, Wilbur shouted, spiritual energy rolling off his body in waves.